Hello, Health Coach Dottie back here with you again with some tips to simplify your camping, your cookouts, how to eat healthy, and get some time freedom. So I like to food prep, and I really enjoy doing a little food prepping before I go camping. And so this morning I've been working on a couple different things. So I just wanted to share with you, one of the temptations when we're out camping is having something healthy to snack on. Everybody else is munching on chips and pretzels and jerky and stuff, and I actually make my own jerky, and so make it with lower sodium, which I got a friend that just had a heart attack a couple of years ago, and he always goes hunting with us, and so he appreciates the fact that I'm not putting all that salt in my jerky so that he's able to eat it. And so one of my staples is celery. Get it all cleaned up and in a baggie. So in your refrigerator in your camper or in the cooler, makes it nice and easy. And I also have PB2 in my camper, so if I decide I want a little peanut butter on my celery sticks, I just mix up a couple of tablespoons and then some celery sticks with 2 tablespoons of PB and 2 is a healthy 50-calorie snack. And so can't go wrong with the PB and 2, no matter what meal plan you're on, whether you're trying to eat healthy or trying to lose weight, it's a really good snack. Cucumbers, another favorite of mine. I love my cucumbers, and sometimes I'll pair it with a piece of string cheese or something. Mark is not trying to lose weight. He likes his hamburger buns. I'm not going to say I don't like my hamburger buns. However, I'm choosing to eat healthy. I'm choosing to continue to work on my goals. I'm not that far away. When you think of how far I've come, I'm not that far away from getting to my ultimate goal. And so that's what I'm working on. I'm working on by the end of the year being at my goal. And if I make it by November, that's even a bonus. And I'll keep you posted on that. But this isn't about what my number is on the scale. It's about how much I'm enjoying life and want to hopefully help you with enjoying yours. And so my bun is celery. And so lettuce. When I buy a head of lettuce, I make it into 2 parts. And somebody asked me, how do you always get the big lettuce leaves for doing your wraps? And I says, well, when I core my lettuce, when I first buy it, I take the inside of the lettuce, I kind of scoop it out, pick it out with my hand, and I put that in a bag to shred up for my salads and stuff. And then I take the outside leaves, fold them together, and put them in another bag so that I have them for my sandwich wraps. And so that's been the best way that I've done with my sandwich wraps, because I like the bigger lettuce leaves. And I actually got that idea from a restaurant. I asked them, I says, how do you always make my chicken wraps look so good when you're putting the lettuce around them? I can't do that. And they're like, well, you use the outside of the lettuce, but if you take the inside out first, then you're not fighting to get the outside leaves off. And so it just makes it really easy. And so today I prepared turkey avocado burgers, and I've got the recipe for those on my timeline. If you go into search on my timeline and just pick up turkey avocado burgers in that search bar, it'll take you right to that recipe. If you have a problem with finding that recipe and you want to get that, just shoot me a private message and I'll get with you and explain it to you further. I love the turkey avocado burgers, and my husband likes green chili bacon cheeseburgers, and so I made him some green chili bacon cheeseburgers. And you can get burgers already made in the store, but the thing about it is it's probably not the leanest meat you can get, and they usually put preservatives and stuff in it. So I like to buy fresh beef, or I could have used my elk burger. It makes good elk burger as well. And I've got some elk burger in the freezer, but I didn't think to thaw some out, and so I ran to the store and I got some burger. And so for my bacon cheeseburgers, I don't have a recipe online, so I'm going to share that now. Write it down real quick if you want to know how I make my bacon cheeseburgers, or you can go back and get this video off of my timeline or off of my YouTube channel, which you can find at Health Coach Dottie. I don't have a lot of videos on there yet. I just started it, but I'm working on getting all my lives over there. And as I make a new live, I'm putting it over there. So my bacon cheeseburgers, real simple, easy peasy. A pound of lean burger. I use 91%. You got to have a little bit of fat. And It's about half a cup of green chilies. I use 1 can of diced green chilies and a 1/4 cup of shredded reduced fat Mexican blend cheese. And I use the Kroger brand. So if you have a Smith's, you'll find it on the top shelf in the cheese section. It's shredded. And then I diced up a 1/4 cup of green onion, a tablespoon of garlic salt, not garlic salt, garlic powder. I don't ever add salt. A lot of recipes call for salt and pepper. I don't do the salt. You ask me, if somebody needs salt, they can put it on themselves. I'm not going to put it in their food. Most of you know I lost my mom to heart disease, and I've had friends that have had heart attacks. I've worked in healthcare, and sodium is not good for us. And so I just avoid it. Yes, you have to have some in your body, but most of your sodium that you need comes naturally in your foods. And so what I did, I'm going to turn my camera around now to show you how easy this is, because when you prepare ahead of time, then you've got the time freedom at camp. You don't have to leave everybody hanging out by the fire, or, you know, we go hiking and stuff. We get back and I might be tired and I don't feel like it. And especially, you know, when you're working, take 5 minutes to prep your food in the morning, you know, and your husband gets off work and he's like, oh, hey, we're going to have burgers tonight. I'll fire up the grill. And so by spending 5 minutes in the morning getting your food ready for the evening, you already know what you're going to have, and you're more likely to be successful with having that instead of just running and ordering a pizza or stopping on the way home, because you already know what you're going to have. So I'm going to turn my screen around and show you. I made the turkey avocado burgers, and what I do is I made 4 equal balls. If you want to get real particular, you could have weighed each one. And like I said, the recipe you can find on my timeline. And so I put the 4 even balls on a piece of aluminum foil. Then I put the parchment paper down and I mash it down with them. And those are my bacon. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I think I put 2 tablespoons of turkey bacon bits in there. A few years ago, Mark found out that he was diabetic, and we decided we were going to change his diet and exercise and see if we couldn't get that under control without medications. And I'm happy to report he's got his diabetes under control, doesn't need any medications. And then I simply put them into a 1-gallon Ziploc bag. And so what happens, give me just a second, turn that around. You probably can't see me do this. Well, maybe you can, but when I take the 1-gallon baggie and I kind of fold up the aluminum foil, I'm going from the bottom. So I leave the parchment paper on there. Get all the air out. You know, that's the #1 key to making food. And you can make these ahead of time if you're doing a food prep day, not field prep day. Excuse my language. And make sure you get all the air out. And you could freeze these and have them for later, and they'd actually do really well. If I was freezing them, I wouldn't leave the aluminum foil under there. I would have parchment on both sides for freezing. And so then you have this nice little flat bag to put in your freezer, to put in your refrigerator, put in your cooler, and then you can stack them up. And then the nice thing about it, when you get ready to grill, you just slide that out, take your parchment paper off, and put your aluminum foil on the grill, and you're cooking. Easy, easy. Keep your Ziploc bag and put your parchment paper in there, and then after you're done grilling, put your aluminum foil in there, throw it in the garbage, and you're done. And of course, you know, I have to remind you, I've got so many people I have seen that they go and they'll get a platter of meat, take it out to the grill, and then they use that same platter that had that raw meat on to put their cooked meat on. And that's contaminating it. You know, you've got to get your meat to a certain temperature to kill any bacteria that could be in there. And it's really, really important to make sure you have safe food handling. And so that's one of the reasons that I prep at home, is because I'm not using as much water and as much soap when I'm camping, especially if you're a tent camper. I know a lot of friends that camp in tents, and so you're really limited on your water and you know, having to heat your water over the fire. So by having your food ready to where you're not having to touch your raw meat, and then you're going to be able to use hand sanitizer more often without having to be really religious. I'm a germaphobe. If you don't know that about me now, just shared something with you. So hope this was helpful, and we'll talk at y'all later. I'm going to be camping at Granite Hot Springs this weekend. We'll be going into Jackson to do a little walking around, and we just like to do a little bit, but most of the time I'm not going to be in phone service. So we'll catch you on Monday. Have a great weekend.